What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thomas Dolby. And we're going to listen to the first of two bonus tunes included by Stan on this copy of the Astronauts Heretics album, which I assume means these two tunes are from the early 90s. Now, they could be taken from other times, but that would be my expectation, so please do correct me if I'm wrong there. And the first of the two is May the Cube Be With You with George Clinton of the P-Funk All-Stars. So yeah, I would expect this to be funky. I don't know if the apparent Star Wars phrasing is at all relevant. I don't quite know what to make of the word cube in this context, and I hope I'm reading that correctly. And yeah, I suppose the story might play off of May the Force Be With You, but actually be otherwise unrelated. I do wonder whether we're going to hear both George and Thomas on vocals, or whether Thomas is producing and George is the one providing the vocal work, so I'll try to figure that out as we listen. This is Thomas Dolby with George Clinton, and the tune, if I'm reading it right, is May the Cube Be With You.
Always.
And your father. Woo!
What a crazy tune, sonically and lyrically. And lyrically, I heard bits and pieces, and I have some thoughts on what I heard, but I really don't know how it all stitches together. First of all, the sonics, very funky. That I would have expected given George's presence, but also, indeed, a lot of Dolby's tunes I've heard so far, even when they have, let's say, a general synth pop type of atmosphere or sonic foundation, they often do things that have some funk and soul, and so that didn't surprise me. Vocally, I think they both are on the track, and I don't know about those backing vocals, if there are other people too, but the vocals in this one, including like the lead vocal at a given moment, they run all the way up to like some operatic delivery, all the way down to some really guttural bluesy type of delivery, as well as some funky singing in between. So yeah, there's a lot of vocal dynamic variety over the course of the tune. I do enjoy the slapping bass. There's some real groovy bass. And actually, again, I know who George Clinton is by basic reputation, but I don't think I've heard a whole lot of his music, and I wonder, like, you know, does he play bass? Does it, like, I wondered who was on the bass, because it feels like not only a bass guitar, but, you know, playing it in a certain kind of way that is, you know, I think sometimes called slap bass, where you're just kind of like hitting the strings, and it feels like a very funky style. So I wondered if that was Clinton, but either way, the bass really did stand out. I enjoy some sections where it got like stripped down or rearranged, and it felt like a bit more minimal, and then it would go back into the fuller sonic arrangement. And just the sequencing, I enjoyed the way the track played out. So yeah, definitely a funky tune, a fresh tune, some soul in there, some nice little piano runs that seemed to ascend, and there was like one that kind of ended in a trill where it was just going back and forth, so some nice keyboard work, some brass work as well. And I don't know specifically, you know, was I hearing trumpets? Like, I think at least some of it was trumpets, but yeah, either way, a funky, soulful composition. Lyrically, it's like, okay, early on I'm hearing reference to like Jimmy Cagney, you know, a 30s actor in particular, and, you know, I've done some watch-alongs on my Patreon of movies which James Cagney has played a main role, so that's a name I knew more by reputation in earlier years, but again, in the last couple of years, I've watched some 1930s films where he's a star. I think I heard reference also to, oh, who was it? There was another, Marlon Brando. And so, like, okay, so the phrasing, like, you know, may the cube be with you and your always and your father too, I'm certainly thinking of Star Wars, not just because of may the cube / force be with you, but obviously if you know the Star Wars original trilogy, you'll know that, you know, Darth Vader being his father is this huge revelation, Luke Skywalker that is, and, you know, there's, in the end, like a fulfilling of a prophecy and a, you know, a turnaround by the Anakin Skywalker character. So I'm wondering if there's something there. But then he's talking about like half the Western world is turning this way, and by the end he's talking like, you know, Tokyo, Paris, DC, Red Square, and Moscow. And I feel like he's maybe making some cultural, geopolitical, social like international point here, which certainly would fit with some of the other songs I've heard by him, but I don't quite know what that is. And like, what was it, like 500,000 people basking in the sun of a fantasy or something like that? So is it like about our entertainments and the way that they're, distractions, or they provide some sort of refuge from the harsher geopolitical real world? I don't really know what's happening, but again, referencing movie stars and different cities and the Western world, which by implication, speaking maybe to the Cold War, which again, if this is by 92, then it's right as the Cold War is petering out because of the dissolution of the Soviet Union. So again, I wonder if there's some grander point here. I heard bits and pieces along the way. I just don't know how they all stitch together or snap together like a puzzle. But I certainly enjoyed the tune. It's a fun and funky ride. A long tune, I want to say like 6-7 minutes, something like that. Yeah, almost 7. So definitely a lengthy journey, and one that Luca enjoyed as well. So yeah, once again, shout out to Stan. There's one more tune on here, and when I got ready to do this reaction, I wondered. It's called Get Out of Mix. So I don't know if like Get Out of is a tune. It's not a tune that's already on this album, right? So yeah, I don't know if mix is like, it's literally a DJ mix or a medley of some different tunes, or if Get Out of Mix is actually the name of the track. If you do have some insight, let me know. Once again, shout out to Stan as well as to Mark and others who've been commenting on this deep dive along the way. Let me know what you think of this one, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.